What it is and or isn't. Welcome to the Beat the Bag wrap-up show. Hope you guys are having a successful start to your Tuesday evening. The Penguins action is looking good. I lost my first five in the Astros game. I have a fucking ton of action out there, so I'm excited to see how the night unfolds. We have the NBA season starting tonight, which is so fucking exciting. But we are here to talk about NFL. This is the Beat the Bag wrap-up show, and I took it in the fucking drink hole this past week, man, right in the fucking food pussy right here. Got my fucking tonsils splashed, my throat glistened, took it in the back of the khakis, right in the shorts, right in the bottom mouth. It fucking hurt. What up, Sean? We got our first capper coming with us. What up, Sean? Thank you for joining us all the way from Utah. Thank you for capping with us this evening, my man. It was an interesting week. We have a new leader in the Beat the Bag competition, Homer Simpson 2, at 29-1, up 22.23 units. Sean is saying who didn't get their ass beat this last week. Thank you, Sean, for making me feel a little better. Thomo, my man. What's happening? The over in the Houston game looks bad, but I have big bets on Houston to win the AL, and that looks really good. It does, and I thought of you. My man, Mario Martinez, thank you for joining us as well, man. I'm looking forward to capping with you guys as always, although I got fucking killed. But let's go through some more of the notables in the competition. D. Thomas, who joined us last week, who was all the way up to second, is now in 12th at 18-12, but he's up 17.03 units, only back 5.2 units from first place. Travis, who also joined us last week in this show, is 33rd, 21-9. We got my man Joe Morawski in the house. Thank you for coming with us today. Pistol Pete Loshak is in 56th, 18-12, up 12.49 units. Another guy who joined us last week, Best Gambler, North Carolina, in 151st place, 16-9, up 7.58 units. Hugh Mad Bro, who's a great guy that we love capping with, is in 346, up 17-13, up 2.48 units. LT Profits, who mans our forum, is in 362nd place, but he's climbed. He had a really good week. Now he's 15-15, up 2.21 units. My man Jared Schrader is here, over in Capitals and Panthers game, not looking good. You are right, it is not looking good, but that can change in a hurry. But yeah, it's not looking good. I still think we're gonna have a big night in hockey. But keep the updates coming because I'm gonna be focusing on our football. So yeah, big man on campus, 432nd place. He's got the same record as me, 12-17-1, but he's been hitting his best bets. So he's plus 1.02 units. I got fucking killed this week, 1-4. My best bet fell through the fucking right into the fucking garbage with Aaron Rodgers' broken collarbone. That was a fucking treat to start my Sunday. I dropped all the way. I lost 5.49 units in a fucking week. I'm now in 1108th place. Down 7.39 units. The only saving grace is that there are 1,399 people in this competition. So I am beating 291 of you. So you 291 can suck my dick. All right. That's about all the confidence I could stir up because I'm really pissed off about how fucking bad. I've had 2 weeks that have just killed me and it sucks. But let's get to capping, shall we? We got a huge week ahead of us. We got some great cappers here. Thomo said, I had a good week. I don't bet all the games. I entered most contests. Went 4-1 in this week. Okay, nice job, man. And the NBA season has tipped off. I have the under 212.5. I'm hoping for a sloppy game. And I'm sure LBJ is on the floor. J.R. Smith promised us he'd be there. But shall we begin capping? I say we shall. Game one, Thursday nighter, is not going to be easy. I don't think it's going to be easy to cap. It's the Chiefs minus 2.5 at the Raiders with an over-under of 47 points. Texans Saints over was the nuts. Yeah, nice work, Sean. If you that was easy. I'd not been handling the Saints well, and it was a misfire not to have them. But I think we should have him right here. Mario Martinez, my man, he's going to fire up a doob. Talk some sports. That sounds good to me, man. So let's start off with Chiefs -2.5 at Raiders. 47 points is the over/under. Will my man Navarro Bowman help the Raiders? Their defense is not nearly as good as we thought they were going to be. Carr did not look good in his first game back. 21 for 30 for 171 yards, 1 TD, 2 picks. He probably needed the game. Will the Chiefs bounce back from the Steelers' loss? That's the big question. The Chiefs' D has stayed strong without Eric Berry. Justin Houston does not get enough support. And then with the Raiders, Jack Rio doesn't make any in-game adjustments. So he might be just a bad fucking coach. So let's see what we got. Thomo says, I bet Pittsburgh against Kansas City. That's a sharp move, man. I thought Kansas City was flat off the blowout victory over Houston. Pittsburgh destroyed them. Twice as many yards and first downs despite the score. I think Kansas City bounces back. I think Kansas City bounces back as well. But I've been getting killed taking slight road favorites this year. They've hurt my competition, and I don't want to get crushed. Mario's with me on the thinks the under might be a shot. I'm guessing by your comment. Thinks the game is going to be tight, but let's focus on the football. Domo says, I think Raiders are not right. Team doesn't seem to play together. Offensive line sucks too. Cooper seems hurt too. I agree. Their offensive line, they're such a different team. I mean, we all had high expectations for them coming into the season, and they do not look good. Their defense especially. Although the defense looked good against the Chargers, it was not the defense's fault that they lost 17-16 to the Chargers. But there's something not going right. You're right. And I think it falls on Jack Del Rio. And I think that Carr is hurting. I think there's a lot of injuries. Also, Marshawn Lynch has not provided the spark that people thought he was going to provide. So, Thomo, is this going to be one of your top 5 picks? I have some trepidation. As I say, I can't take it in the drink hole with another road favorite. It's just been killing me. So I'm most likely going to leave this game alone. The funny thing was last week there was a bunch of games that I liked. I can't believe my last cut was the fucking Falcons Dolphins under. At least I bet it, so I made a little bit of money there. But that should have been one of my top 5. Let's see. My man Mario Martinez Jr. says Kansas City has covered 14 of their past 17 on the road, while going 6-0 against their spread in their past AFC West games. Ooh, that is the first giant factoid of the evening, brought to us by Mr. Mario Martinez Jr. Man, I gotta like those numbers. Thomo says, I do like Kansas City. Got them at -2.5. I just think Kansas City played such shit against Pitt. They bounced back here. Kansas City has owned Oakland 2, dominated the series last year. Those are good points. I'd love to start the week with a victory. And but as I said, I've got this fucking fear of these road favorites. It's killing me. My man Rod Fig in the house. Ron Fig in the house. Try not to overthink things. Thank you, man. Yeah, we are all too smart for our own good sometimes. And it always happens after I get fucking beaten up. It sucked because I had a lot of confidence going in. I thought we had a great session last week. There was some incredible notes, and I felt really good. I'd had a 3-1-1 and a 3-2 back-to-back weeks. I felt like I was going to keep climbing, and then I just fucking took it. So I'm a little gun shy. Let's see. Mario Martin, the Chiefs were exposed this past weekend, Mario says. They were. And so you think they're going to bounce back? That's a big question. Sean says, division road games are slight faves. I'll pass on a better game. I hear you, man. I totally hear you. Tomo says, Mario, I think the Chiefs are slightly overrated, but I thought they were flat against Pittsburgh. I think they are better than we saw last week. I tend to agree. I think Mario's stat is very big. Covered 14 of the past 17 on the road while going 6-0 against the spread. Alex Smith did not look good last week. And I don't know. I thought the Chiefs' defense has held together so well without Eric Berry. They're a good football team, and I expect them to bounce back as well. Let's move on to the next game. The next game is, and there's one game that we don't have on the contest right now, and that is the Bills-Bucks, which we can talk about at some point. Maybe we'll wait for the end. A couple more notes before we move on to Titans-Browns. Um, Domo says Mario. I think. Oh no, we just did that. Mario Martinez just said going with the under. The under is 18-6 in the past 24 meetings. Another big stat by Mario. You know what? I have that here. I have under question mark beside 47 points that I didn't notice, but that's big, man. That's big. Thomo says Raiders have quietly been a great under team, and you're absolutely right, Thomo. They have quietly done that, haven't they? That's an interesting spot. Well, I'm gonna make a little fucking note there. Okay, next game is Titans at Browns with an over/under of 46.5 points. The Browns are terrible. They draft poorly and develop worse. We got some one note from Joe before I keep moving forward. He says Thursday games are tough and should be passed most weeks, in my opinion. You're right. My man David H in the house. Thank you for joining us, my man. How can you bet Cleveland? You're absolutely right. They look fucking terrible. We knew Hogan's stats were trumped up because he always came in during garbage time. So we knew not to believe that Hogan was the answer. But I did think he'd bring a bit of fresh air to that fucking team, which he didn't. The Titans are a tough team to figure out, too. Although Mariota did look good. First game back, 23 for 32, 306 yards. I want to see Corey Davis, a healthy Corey Davis, so badly. The lingering hamstring issues have held him back. I need to see him. Henry needs more touches. Their running game should be bigger and badder, and it's not been. I had such high hopes for the Titans, but what do you guys think? -5.5. Is this a good spot? Jin Rummy, thank you for joining us. My man says I like the under 46.5. You know that's not a bad call. That is a high number, and the Browns aren't going to put up too many points, and we know the Titans should pound that rush, pound the ball inside. They got these two big horses back there. They got it. I just don't think they run the ball with Henry enough. Someone says, I'm not betting this. Cleveland is trash, but I'm not sure Mariota can stay healthy. And if we see Matt Castle in there, you know, anybody who's got money on the fucking Titans is about to fucking slit their wrists. I can't believe Cleveland thinks Hogan is better than Kaiser. Kaiser at least can make plays down the field. I think you're right. After watching Hogan play, I think you gotta stick with Kaiser and hope he figures stuff out. And I didn't think that until we watched Hogan play a full game and not look good doing it. Domo says Titans defense is trash. I can't lay 5.5 on the road with a defense like that. Yeah, and David H says, who can Cleveland beat? Who can they beat? I don't have a asterisk by this game. You know, I'd like to. The Browns seem like they're just handing money to gamblers. But this Titans team has burnt me. I had the Titans when they got fucking destroyed in Jacksonville. And there's a fucking Jekyll and Hyde football team. They'll be up next. We can talk about. Jin Rummy says my projection got them around 38 points. Okay, interesting. Joe, my man Joe says good teaser spot for the Titans. You're right. This is a good teaser spot for the Titans. You can move that line. Yeah, make them plus a half. Move the spread up over 50. That's a good call. This is a nice teaser spot. I will write that down, Joe. All right, yeah, Titans -5.5. I don't know, man. I wonder what Mario Martinez Jr. can hammer us with some stats on this one. The Browns just look awful. Jabril Peppers is doing nothing. Myles Garrett looks pretty good. David H says all points say pass. But are we leaving money on the table, David? Are the Browns so bad that we can just take from them? But I don't trust the Titans defense. That is a fact. Domo dropped it. Well, I like the teaser spot. I think that's a good call there. Why don't we move on to the Jags -3 at Colts? Also, the over/under is 44, and I think that might be a little high for these two teams. But when dealing with the Jags, you always have the pick six worry because Bortles is fucking terrible. Bouye and Ramsey and the impressive Jags secondary held Goff to 124 yards this past week. I think Bouye and Ramsey are the best in the business, but the Jags can't stop the run, and it drives me crazy. But in saying that, Gore is not good enough. Mack only got 2 carries last. Gore was a great running back a few years ago. It does not look very good. Ooh, we got a quick baseball update. 4-3 Houston now. Shit. Mario Martinez Jr. In the past 23 games, Browns covered 5 out of 18. All we had to do was bet against the Browns every week, and we'd be fucking rich. What do you think, Mario? You think the Browns can cover that 5.5? I don't know, man. They're just such a bad football team. It was funny because that first week of the year, we thought maybe they had some hope, but doesn't seem to be the case. Jags -3 at Colts. So I think Pagano is just a bad coach. Okay, we got a couple more notes on the Rams. I bet the Rams last week, but I'm not sure they were the right side. Rams got 2 special team touchdowns and still almost lost the game. Jackson's defense is for real. Gore not as good as Gurley. You're right. And I had Jacksonville in that game. And that fucking opening kickoff return for a touchdown and then the block punt for a touchdown made me want to throw my computer through the fucking window. It bothered me very much. I thought I had the right side. That was almost my best bet of the week. Fuck. Pissed me off. I think Jacksonville's in a good spot to bounce back against Colts team on a short week. Don't trust Brissett against a good defense. I hear that you don't trust him, but Brissett has been better than advertised, and the Colts are very lucky they got him. But they got to give the ball to Gore more. But you're right, he is no Gurley. Sean Kelly says biggest loss was Pats versus Browns a few seasons ago. Yeah. Corey Jones, what it is, man, what it is. Thank you for joining us. And Tomo says, yeah, but that was with Rob Ryan as a defensive coordinator. Nice to not see that guy on the fucking NFL sidelines anymore. Jags -3 at Colts. The Jags run defense doesn't make sense to me. The front 7 is good on paper. Why are they so fucking terrible? Just sucks. So what do you guys think? Jags -3. And what do you think about the 44 points over under? I like the under here because if the Jags' soft spot is their run defense and the Colts have a bad running game, then the Jags should not only cover, but not only win the game outright and cover the 3 points, but the game should go under. That is what I think. And again, Bortles is just fucking terrible. It sucks, man. I tell you what, it absolutely sucks having to put faith in that fucking quarterback each week because I really like the Jags. Hayward just broke his leg. Come on, Jared. Jared, come on. You got to be. Is that a joke? Tell me that's. Well, I mean, oh my God, disgusting. Are you kidding me? Did that just happen 10 minutes in? Can somebody verify this shit? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Sports, you'll just never cease to fucking mess you up. Ugh. And they showed it to Rob Chambers. What up? Perfect rotation. What up? Okay. Wow. I feel terrible for Gordon Hayward. Like Paul George leg break. Oh, God. Okay. That is a twist. That is a dramatic turning point. Oh, fuck. Okay, Mario Martinez. I almost puked seeing that. I'm sorry, Jared. That sucks, man. How does that happen 10 minutes into a season? You never know what life's going to toss at you, man. Oh, that's so tough. I feel terrible for him and for Boston fans. Okay, well, let's get back to football and try not to think of the broken leg. Mario likes Jacksonville straight up. Oh, can I fucking lose money on them again? I don't know. Mario, I like the under in the Jacks Indy game. Bortles sucks ass when he plays indoors. I like it too. I like it too, Mario. I got that written right there. I like that too. Domo agrees. Jags like to run and slow the game down. Fournette is a monster. What a great running back he is. And what a great draft pick. Nice to see people respecting the running backs again. There was a few years there where no running backs were going in the first round. We all know who changed that. Zeke, who may not be playing for a little while, but he's got that emergency court injunction going on right now, so we'll see. How many points would you value Hayward to the spread? A lot, wouldn't you? I mean, obviously, I want to win the bet, but I don't know. Let's obviously that will help my bet, but there's bigger things to think about when a guy breaks his leg like that. Chris IG, welcome to the show, my man. He says fade the Colts. David H says another pass game. You might be right. I like what Chris is talking about. Joe says, I think it's hard because the injury will demoralize the team as well. You know it will. Wow, that's a fucked up start to the NBA season. Jesus. My man, Alvin. Alvin, welcome to the show. Zeke is playing this Sunday. He was granted. So that it went through. Wow. It went through. Wow, and look who we got there, Mr. Drew Martin. What up, man? Drew, what's good? Did you hear what just happened?
No, what happened?
Gordon Hayward just broke his leg 5 minutes into the NBA season. Can you fucking believe that?
No, it's almost like
unbelievable.
That's fucking crazy.
Unbelievable. So we're hitting the Jags Colts game right now. I fucking lost on the Jags last week, and I don't want to fucking lose on them again. What do you think, man? You got any action on Jags Colts right now?
No.
Jags -3. So, and Zeke is in. Zeke is got wow. 14 days, so he gets to play. Wow. Zeke is cleared to play. Well, that's going to change that line. If anybody wants to get in on that contest pick right away, because right now that's got the Cowboys 4.5-point favorites over the Niners. Perfect rotation. Perfect rotation's really not handling this well. He wrote, oh my God, 5 times. Wow. Then he wrote, I just threw up. Then he wrote, dude. Oh, man. Sounds like a bad leg break. Should I be happy because I have the under? No. You should never be happy about some guy breaking his leg. But I like the cash. All right. Okay, well, the Jags are such a Jekyll and Hyde group. As much as I love Bouye and Ramsey, and I think they're the best 2 corners in the league, I have some hesitation. I will put an asterisk there beside Jags, but I do have some fear. Let's move on to the next game. We got Ravens at Vikings. Vikings are 5.5-point favorites. The over-under is 40. Flacco is playing awful, but he gets no help from his really bad receivers. The Bears ran 54 times versus the Ravens. What is this, 1982? 54 times. Howard ran for 167 yards on 36 carries. What happened to the days when Ozzie used to draft well? He used to be a great general manager, draft beauties. Now this is just a bad team. Minnesota is so good at home. I think the Vikings could cover here. Let's see what you guys have to say. Oh, Drew Martin. A few feet away from me. Under all day with the Ravens. Yeah. Do you just take Ravens team total under, or do you take the game under?
I think the game under.
Yeah.
I don't really have much on it, but I just that Ravens offense is a little bit unseen.
Awful.
Yeah, not very good.
Awful. Oh, Perfect Rotation says, Bag, if you saw this shit, you would have shit yourself. Perfect Rotation, I haven't shit myself in over 10 years. And I hope not to do it again.
You want to say the story?
you know what happened? I was sick. Okay, I was sick. I don't smoke cigarettes anymore, but I had gone out for a smoke, and I was sick. I had the flu, and tried to surpass some wind, and I shat myself. And then, and this is all because Drew's asking for the story. But then the funniest part of it was that I looked down and I was actually wearing my brother's boxers. I wasn't even wearing my own boxers. So I took off my boxers outside and I tossed them because we had like an empty lot right beside our house. So I tossed them over our fence, but it got stuck on a branch and my boxers were just hanging there. And I was sick. I was like, fuck it, who cares, And then my brother came home. He's like, Jimmy, you wouldn't believe this. My boxers are in a tree full of shit. I was like, what? I don't know how that could have happened. Okay. Let's get. Oh my God, Yankees take the lead 6-4. Are you kidding me? Wow. Okay, Thomo says, I've had a lot of success with Minnesota at home, and for good reason. You can find a lot of value now that Bradford's not playing. There are a different defense at home with the speed on turf and the crowd noise, and Flacco is absolute trash on the road. I think the only issue is it could be a flat spot for Minnesota off a big divisional win, but I think at home they will be okay. Lean Minnesota. My man, LeBron. Feel bad for Haywood. Stay strong. Yeah, it sucks. It's sad. Corey Jones, I like the under as well in the Ravens-Minnesota game. Bravada has Warriors team total 109.5. Should have been 119.5. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, that 109.5. That's surprising.
You're absolutely right, Cameron. Fucking hammer that shit, man. Take Bavada to fucking bank, man. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by, Drew.
Right.
SBR's Drew Martin right there. Great guy. Flacco is like a box of chocolates, says Chris IG. You never know what you're going to get. Perfect Rotation says, haha, yeah, it's been over 10 years for me as well. I'm lactose intolerant, but I still drink milk and eat dairy products. Oh, Cameron pounded it. Good work, man. Well, that's going to get you a Perfect Rotation. I had a roommate who was lactose intolerant, but he loved pizza pockets, and he was a bowl splasher. I think the under is a very interesting play that Drew Martin's on, and some of you guys are on. And Thomo, are you going to take? You're just going to lean Minnesota. You're not going to take Minnesota. Yeah, I guess I just wish it was a little smaller spread. You'd think with Case Keenum at the helm that the spread might have been. I was hoping that we could get a 4.5. 5.5 is a big spot, but Flacco's awful. The wide receivers are awful. Warriors were at 109.5. Rockets were at 110.5. I was like, what the fuck? Hey, good work, Cameron. Man, when you see those mistakes, fucking hammer them, man. Get that cash. Handicapping is hard enough. Taking any advantage that you can. Mario, my man Mario back in. Ravens are a disaster, needing a 96-yard kickoff return and a 77-yard punt return to tie it up against the trash-ass Bears. You're right. You're right. I like I got to move the baseball facts away from me. I don't want to see that. I like the Vikings here. Thomas says, I haven't bet the game, but with Yanda out, Baltimore has no running game. I think I will bet Minnesota. Haven't bet them yet. I'm with you. Thomas, yeah, Ravens look like a 6-win team to me with injuries. I agree. And I thought they were going to be better this year. I really did. I was excited to see their defense. Jim Remy says there's value with the under, but the Vikings, I don't like the number. I agree with you. Cameron says, thanks, man. 20 minutes later, it's 119-5. Good work, Cameron. Respect, man. Well, it sounds like the strategists that we're working with that I'm thankful that are here with me like the under 40 and don't like the 5.5. And I get it. I get it. Okay, well, let's move on to the next game. We have the Jets at Dolphins, -3.5. That's what we're going to go on next. Jets at Dolphins, -3.5. Thomo has one more point. I think the market is underrating Minnesota. Keenan runs well, and Vikings O-line that replaced 5 starters has been very good. You're certainly right. Mario says, Minnie held the Packers to just 5 first downs and 102 yards over the first 3 quarters. I hear you, Mario, but fuck, man. With Huntley at quarterback, I mean, it's going to be a long, sad season for the Packers, a season that had so much promise. Jim Rome's a douche. What up, man? Jim Rome is a douche. You have a really nice record in Beat the Bag, but you haven't been in it for long enough. And you're thankful that Elliott's going to be there. And Newver starting in hockey. We need some hockey updates, by the way. Mario says, no way Flacco moves the ball against the Vikes. I agree. Well, let's hammer this Jets-Dolphins game. I love these divisional matchups. I should have put the Jets to cover in my Beat the Bag. I had it in my pools. And, God, dude, the Jets, they just always play the Pats tough. It's uncanny how well they do. Okay, so the Jets got fucked last week. We all saw it. Jets got fucked. McCown, 31 for 47, 354 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, and it's against the bad Pats defense. Their secondary's trash. Curse 4 for 79. Anderson 4 catches for 76, but they couldn't run the ball. My man John B says, "Bag, are you releasing fluids to Tikas?" You know, I had a good start. But I've been I've been chock full of fluids lately, and I need to release them. It's just that with the NBA season starting and all this fucking capping to do, I haven't had a lot of time. But I hope to release fluids. I can't tonight. I've got to fucking cap 15 games. Man, we have a huge schedule tomorrow. 11 basketball games, 2 baseball games, 1 baseball game, 3 hockey games, but it's fucking, ugh. Wow, so Cameron says Hayward broke his leg as bad as Kevin Ware. Ugh. Vikings tend to be underrated. They have no big name stars, aren't a big market team. They covered 7 straight games with Bridgewater. Yeah. Okay, Rangers are up 3-2. No, the Rangers came back on the Pens? Fuck, man. Ugh. That's awful. I was looking good there. And I have the Rangers not to go over 2.5. Fuck. Flyers are up 2-0. Good. I need that money. John B says you're a businessman. I know. John B says, life of the bag, I envy you. You know what, John? Come down, man. Come down to Costa Rica. Let's fucking do it up, man. Let's have some fun. Mario says Jets are 11-2 against the spread versus plus 500 division foe of a pair. Straight up against the spread wins. Wow. 11-2 against the spread versus, that's impressive. But these Dolphins, man. So the Jets couldn't run the ball whatsoever. Without Powell, they can't run the ball. Forte went 9 for 22. McGuire went 10 for 22. Cutler actually looked not god-awful for the first time this year. 19 for 33 for 151 yards, 2 touchdowns. That was an impressive comeback that really caught me by surprise. Jay Ajayi, 130 yards. Landry starting to look good. Looks like his knee's better. And the Dolphins' D is fucking good, man. I think Kiko is an absolute monster. Cam Wake is my favorite player in the NFL. He was a BC Lion for 2 years, back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year up in Canada. Devils 3-2. Okay, good, because I got the over there. So there are some winners coming in. That's what I wanted to hear. John B says, "Hey, Bag, I'm there. Let's drill Tika's doggy style. High five one another while we are drilling." I'm down, John. What can I say? I am down. Domo says, "I think every team that played Cleveland is being overrated the next week." You know, that is a great point. Cleveland is absolutely atrocious. I think the Jets' record is bull. They beat Cleveland, Jacksonville after London game. Interesting. Cameron's asking me if I'm getting down on the Champions League tomorrow, Jimmy. I'm not, man. I'm not. It's really tough capping all these different games, and I'm going to leave that out of it. But I don't know. If you got something live, let me know. Vancouver up 1-0. That is not good. But, you know, I got the puck line on that. I think Ottawa's going to come back. Let me know if you're watching that game. Let me know how Carlson's looking. John B says, "You're the shit, man. Thank you. I know when you and Losack are jamming those." You and Losack. I've not heard that nickname. For Pistol Pete. That's funny, John. That's funny. Thomas says they beat the Dolphins playing back-to-back road games. Off big win. Wow. Also, that 38.5 point spread is pretty low. But obviously, you can't really trust either offense. But McCowan throwing for 354 yards is impressive. Okay, you like Paris Saint-Germain minus 2.5. I dig it. Mario says the Jets rolled past the Dolphins 20-6 last time they played. I think this is going to happen again, but he hates Miami. And John B says he's a funny motherfucker, man. Well, I like it, man. Nothing wrong with some laughs, my man. Wow. So Mario, can you take your hate of the Dolphins out of it? Do you really like the Jets here? This is a tough call, man. This is a tough game. Domo says, I think Patriots were looking good ahead to Atlanta. I think Patriots were looking ahead to Atlanta, but the Jets have played hard. George, what's happening, man? Hope Gordon Hayward has some kind of insurance policy in that contract. What a contract that is, too. $128 million, 4-year contract. Wild. I mean, Kyle Lowry signs a 3-year, $100 million contract. These ballers are getting paid. Perfect rotation says, am I an idiot for liking the Bengals +5? I don't think you are perfect rotation, but let's wait till we hit that game. But we can move on if you guys want to move on from the Jets-Dolphins game. Domo says, I think Miami has finally figured out that the offense needs to be centered on Ajayi. I think you're right. And now the Dolphins are running more. It's helping the defense be rested and minimizing turnovers. Absolutely right. I think Miami is a good bet against bad teams. My man John B says, just to let you know, I stopped jacking off when your show comes on. You know I'm honored. John, I am honored. I would be surprised if this show was arousing. And I am thankful that you stopped jerking off for this telecast. And you can start jerking off right when we shut down here, my friend. George, yeah, just saw the injury. Feel sad. Yeah, man. Oh, Robinson Yepis in the house. Yeah, I know there's lots of games, man. It's all good. Cavs up 29-19 at the end of the quarter. That is good for the under so far. Perfect Bengals look good, but Dalton's a different quarterback on the road. And my man John B is releasing fluids. Gordon career is over, period. JP, do you really think it? Paul George came back from that injury, didn't he? And he says the 49ers are open ass. Well, they look pretty good this past week, Jay Peach, but thank you for joining us, my man. Florida is losing to Philly 3-0. Good. I have the over in that game as well, right? I have the Flyers and the over. What are we in the third period yet? Yeah, and Thomas saying George came back from the horrific leg injury. Let's hope for Hayward. God, it's amazing how fast teams' fortunes can change in a fucking heartbeat. Aaron Rodgers runs out of the pocket. Packer season's over. Hayward breaks his leg right in the beginning of the. Well, enjoy your stay in Boston, Kyrie. Robin says, I have the over as well. Jimmy in the second. And they just scored again. Fuck yeah. That's it. All right, Robinson, let's get that cake. That is wonderful, wonderful news. Mario says, I'm going to pass on this game, but if I had to make a bet, I'd go with the under. Under 38.5. Interesting. Okay. J. Peach says, this is ankle, knee, tendons, bone, nerves, over. Oh, no. Tomo says, I agree, Mario. I think now that the Dolphins are running more, they are a good under team. I don't know why they weren't running more right away. Makes no sense. You don't want to put all the pressure on fucking Cutler. Cutler's the most apathetic athlete in all of sports. Perfect Rotation says, if the Panthers don't beat the Bears by over 10 points, I swear to God, really? I mean, we'll get to that game, but I don't know. Alert Eddie says, Flyers looking good. Thank you for joining us, Alert Eddie, and good, man. Flyers are looking really good. I mean, this is an NFL show, but as I said in the morning show today, I've been waiting for Sean Couturier to be a top-level player since he was 16 years old, and we had to wait 8 years, but we're here. Tomo says, perfect. Cam sucks against good defenses. I wouldn't bet that game. Well, let's get to the game right now. Panthers, -3 at Bears, over under of 40.5. Trubisky, 8 for 16 for 113 yards. Not very good. Jay Peach says, don't sleep on the Bears. Howard rushed for 167 yards. Do you know they ran 54 times against the Ravens? It's fucking insane. Panthers, okay, why I can't. So Alert Eddie says Panthers will cover. I hear you. Oh, good, Jim Rummy. 3-3 Pitt, New York. I need at least Pittsburgh to win this game because I have the under on the Rangers. Did I really do that? I got to go over my shit again. The reason why I'm uncomfortable is because of Kuechly. How will the Panthers D hold up without Kuechly? Also, McCaffrey can't get anything going on the run, on the ground. 4 rushes for 8 yards last week, but he had 10 receptions for 56 yards. Newton ran 11 times for 71 yards. Benjamin's starting to look good, 9 catches for 99 yards. Let's see what you guys think. Perfect Rotation says they are spent. Thomas says Trubisky has ugly stats, but the Bears have energy when he plays, and he moves well. That is a very good point. Carolina has a good run defense. Carolina has the long week to prepare. I'd lean Carolina, but I don't trust Cam. Not betting the game. Jay Peach says, Jimmy, we could rush for 90 on the Ravens. John B says, dude, so how long are you going to rep Rika, dog? As long as I fucking can, man. I dig it down here. Life is nice. Weather is perfect. And these hoes are hot. Everything's falling into place, man. I'm gonna stay down here. You guys come down, run with me, man. Let's have some fun down here. That fucking boxing match I went to on Friday night was incredible. Most fun night I've had so far. It's just been a treat. I've really, really, really enjoyed being down here. Corey says I need the Senators to come with it. So do I, Corey. Thomas says it's much easier to defend Carolina's running game because Cam doesn't run anymore on set plays, and Stewart is in his 30s. You're right. Clearly, when Newton went for 11 for 71 yards, those were not planned runs. So you're right there. Robin says, yeah, here's what you got, Jimmy. Oh, shit, okay. Oh, good. Oh, yeah, no, I know that's what I got, with my local, but I thought in the morning show, I'm worried in the morning show that I took because we got units and we're transparent and accountable for all our units. And I believe in the morning show, I took the Rangers to score less than 2.5. But yeah, so let's see what I got. So I lost to Houston, but Pittsburgh's nice. Florida, Philly over, and I got Philly. Okay, Toronto, Washington. What's the score there? Tampa Bay, New Jersey. Are they still scoring goals? And then I need the Sens, Nationals, Columbus. Nashville, Buffalo. I think I could be in a nice spot, man. Mario says visitors are 6-0 against the spread in Carolina games this year. Interesting. I did not know that. John B says nice life, drinking beer, nice haircut, jamming tikas, releasing fluids, one-way tickets to Rica. You know it, man. Joshua Bolden, what it is. Welcome to the show. Party in Costa Rica. I'm real, man. Let's do this. My man TMB says, hey, Bag, didn't you have the Houston Yanks game on the over? Nice call. I wish I did. But I did not, my friend. I believed in these fucking bullpens. And Houston's bullpen, I shouldn't believe in. I took the first 5, so I fucking I lost it. Call Pete. I'm sure he wrote it down. Yeah, no, I wrote it down. I've got the notes here. I could check it out on my computer. But you're right, Robinson. My man Pete is meticulous with covering our data and our stats. Alert Eddie with the good news. 4-3 Pens. Attaboy. I do not believe in this New York Rangers team. Let's get them to 1-6. Fucking right. Thomo says, I have a big bet on Cleveland -3. Don't root for injuries, but it's part of the game. You know, Thomo, I dig you, my man, and I want you to cash. I want fatter pockets, hotter salutes for you, my man. And also, Thomo, I want you to come down with the boys. I want you to come down to Rica and party with me. 3 salutes, David H. says. It's salute us. Okay, salute us. Yeah, you're right. It is salute us down here, John. You're right. Okay, Tampa Bay power play. 2-3, New Jersey in a second. All right. I need one more goal. Fucking bank that shit. Will Silva, what it is, man. Nice to have you. Domo says you might get that cover. Well, it looks good now. And please don't be afraid to give me basketball updates. Thomas said, I think I will, Corey, but my Houston bets to win the American League are tough. Yeah, fuck. So is it over? Have the Yankees won that game? Let me know. All right, so Panthers at Bears. Sorry, we haven't broken this down quite enough. Let's get back to it. Pens power play. Okay. Oh, but sorry, what are you saying, Eddie? Is it not 4-3? Is it 3-3? Oh, Jim Rummy says, LOL. Sorry, I missed that, my man. Says the Habs haven't won since 1999 in the Shark Tank. Yeah, man, but the Sharks are a bad hockey team this year. So, Matthew Varnum says, Jimmy, did Cynthia really kick you out of her house? It wasn't a kick. But she wanted me out, you know? Chapman is playing really well, man. Astros bullpen, yeah, man. Okay, so it is 3-3 in the hockey game. Okay. well, we can get a power play goal here. I mean, to get so excited. And I didn't take the Pens -1.5. I just need them to win. So we're all good. So I don't think we've got to the end of this Panthers-Bears debate. We kind of got off topic there. Panthers are only 3.5 point dogs. The Bears have played very well at home. Thomo's right. They have a different feel with Trubisky back there. They have hope. something Glennon didn't give him. And whoever signed him to that contract should be fired immediately. 3.5 points is a nice spot for the Panthers. You have to like it. But do we trust them without Kuechly? Do I trust their defense without Kuechly? That's the question. Thomas says the Bears got very lucky against Baltimore with some turnovers, but Bears seem to have momentum. Carolina should win and cover, but I don't want to bet the game. I'm with you. Robinson says NFL cards been difficult these past couple weeks. Oh man, you're right. But but Robinson, you're doing well, man. You're a 346th place, 17-13. Respect. Mario says Bears look better with Trubisky running the offense. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about that. This is a tough spot, only because Kuechly's hurt. Mario likes the Bears as a home dog. Yeah, man, I get it. The Bears are going to have a lot of value. Okay, let's move to a game now. I want you guys all to be honest with me. Am I simplifying things too much when I say the Saints -6 at Packers is too fucking easy? Okay, Yankees won. Damn. Tomo says, no way Kuechly plays. He had so many concussions. Yeah, it's sad, man. I think that's the last we're going to see of Kuechly. What's up, man? I'm Syed. Am I saying that right? I'm not sure if I'm saying the first name right, but Syed, my man, thank you for joining us. Trubisky with some decent plays. Carolina's got decent weapons. You think the game could go over? Without Kuechly, that's an interesting call because the line is pretty low, 40.5. That's an interesting call. That's an interesting call, my man. I'll put a little note there and look into that. Okay, so am I simplifying things too easy when I say the Saints -6 at Packers is just taking money from a baby? Perfect Rotation says, yeah, man, the Green Bay game is fucking fishy. David's Pens 3-3 end of the second. Okay, that's fine. Mario says Kuechly suffered another concussion, so I think Howard's going to have a huge game running the ball. Howard had 167 yards in last week's game. Yeah, I agree with you. That over might be an interesting play. I think that's a really good call, Saeed. I'm with you there, man. Thomas says, I think McCarthy's underrated as a head coach. I don't know how underrated he is. I think he gets a lot of respect, but he's been very successful with every QB he's had. Aaron Brooks with the Saints, Matt Flynn in Green Bay. I think Green Bay will be competitive. We talked about that in the office today. And I feel like Huntley is not as good as Matt Flynn. My man TMB says it is easy, but the Saints are rolling, so go with the roll. That's what I say, man. I say this is too fucking easy. Thomas says people think McCarthy rides Rodgers, but he's been very good with every QB he's had, including dipshit Matt Flynn. I feel you, my man. Kaiki 3111. What it is? Saints get left tackle Armstead back. Offense should roll. I hear you. Robinson says, well, everyone was on Chiefs, and we all saw what happened. Well, not everyone. Not everyone. I was dumb enough to, but I mean, I didn't put it in my contest. But Mario says, good chance Kuechly misses the game, and the Carolina defense is not the same without him. Yeah. Corey Jones says, give the bag some thumbs up. Thank you, Corey. Thank you, man. Much love, pal. Thomas says, I think he'll make Huntley look good. Backups are always horrible, but the first week they come in. Backups don't get reps in practice. I hear you. Oh, Rob says I meant to say Broncos. Okay, you're right. How the fuck did that happen? I mean, well, let's wait till we get to the Giants and stuff like that. But yeah, I fucking thank God I had the under, or I would have had one of the worst weekends of my life. Thomas says I think the Saints should be favored, but at 6 the line looks inflated to me. Interesting. David H asks if Rodgers will be on the sidelines. I don't know. Saints might make a decent teaser play, says Matthew Varnum. I think they'll make a very decent. Okay, am I just simplifying too much? I guess Thomo is bringing up very good points because I watched Huntley play at UCLA and he was bad, and he looked bad again. And the Saints' defense looks better than I remember it. I did not expect it to be this good. You know who looks fucking awesome is Lattimore, man. What a beast! They held the Lions to 66 yards rushing. Also, it doesn't matter who you put with Breeze. I think, okay, let me tell you this, Tomo. And the line implies the Saints would be 12-point favorites at home. That's tough for me to buy. I hear you, and I feel you. Mario says if Rodgers was playing, the Packers probably would have been laying 6 or 6.5 points. Perfect rotation says no fucking way Huntley keeps in this. I think so too. Almost says I'm not betting the game though. I don't like Huntley. Not good at UCLA. Morris a fucking moron. He wasn't coached well at UCLA, in my opinion. You're absolutely right. Morris a fucking write-off. Was not coached well. Jim Remy says not enough value with the Saints -6 is around what they get, what they should get. I feel you. Mario says the number on this game is a complete overreaction. Okay, obviously I'm going to need more time to think about this. I hear you guys, man. The number on this game is a complete overreaction. I hear you. But okay, this is what I want to say. Sorry, Antomo, Mario, you guys, let me know what you think about this. The fucking Packers O line is bad. It's a bad O line. Because of that, how is Huntley going to have a fucking chance? So my man Kaiki says Saints D playing with confidence, which they haven't had in 4 years. You're right. Lattimore is a big part of it. You're absolutely right. Mario says the Saints are scoring 29 points per game while giving up just over 23 points per contest. Jinrami says if you are rolling, you are getting a fair number, not value. Okay, I hear you, man. I hear you. Boma says Packers might get both tackles back and they have a lot of weapons. Breeze isn't the same on grass. Alert Eddie says fade the Packers. Boma says, yeah, Jimmy, I agree, but Huntley is mobile. And they might get back Tari and Bulag. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, getting the tackles back. That will be big. Alert Eddie says Packers don't have the talent. David H says Saints will grass. Saints will grass, not turf. Robin says it is, Jimmy. They're giving about 2 seconds before the protection collapses. That's a huge issue. If Huntley comes in with a strong offensive line, maybe McCarthy can weave some fucking magic. Okay, I hear you guys. The vividness bias that I have, the recency bias I have is evident all the time and bothers me to no end. So I'm going to wait. I got 48 hours before I need to put my picks in, but I sure like that Saints -6 right now. Let's move to the next game. Okay, Cardinals at Rams, -3.5 with an over-under of 47.5. Also, we didn't talk about the over-under in Saints-Packers, but that's a pretty high line. And if the Packers don't score a lot of points, which I suspect, Bennett looks awful. What the fuck happened to Bennett? That could be a nice spot for us. All right, Mario says, Huntley is a very capable backup. We simply don't know how good he is because he hasn't played. You're right. My man TMB says that grass, turf shit don't mean anything in the NFL. I feel you. Tomo says Aaron Jones has looked good too. Packers have a decent running game. He did not look good this past week. I mean, Vikings are just a monster defense, 5 pro bowlers, but I feel you. Adam Lastman says take the over on the Cubs. Now I didn't bet this, but it's in my pool, SBR pool. I have the under, and Loshak did not agree with me taking the under today. Marion wants to know how's the weather going to be this weekend over in Green Bay. I need to check that out. I don't know. Thomas says Mario agree. Huntley has looked decent in preseason. Obviously, doesn't necessarily mean anything. I feel you. And Thomas says, yeah, true, Jimmy, but no one runs on the Vikings. You're absolutely right. Well, I will take more time to think about this. Now, I like the Rams here a lot at -3.5 versus the Cardinals. Goff looked really bad against a very good pass defense in Jacksonville. You guys know that I'm on the Bouye Ramsey train heavy. Robinson says, Rams are young. I kind of like them to cover the 3.5 against the AARP Cardinals. Kaiki says, Saints dump Peterson for a reason. Ingram and Kamara, I hear you. What's the total in that game? In the Saints-Packers game, the total is 47.5. It's the same total in the Cardinals-Rams game right now, 47.5. So Goff looked bad against a great pass defense. Went 11 for 21 for 124 yards. Gurley went 23 for 116 yards. McVay has this team pumped up. AP goes 26 for 134 yards in his first game with the Cards. There was a running game finally for the Cards, so Palmer actually looked pretty good. 18 for 22, 283 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. Fitzgerald is ageless, 10 for 130 yards, 2 TDs. But the Rams have a much better pass rush than the Bucs. AP and Palmer will not be able to keep it up this week. Let's see what you guys have to say. Saeed, my man, says over 47 is a low number going by the season stats. I think so. Tomo says, Jimmy, we always disagree on the Rams. You're right. I really like Arizona here. They get Boone and Humphreys back last week. I just don't buy the Rams. Walken looks hurt, and run defense is trash. They were lucky to win last week. I agree they were lucky to win last week, and I agree that I don't think Watkins is that good of a receiver. There was a reason why the Bills wanted nothing to do with him. Oh, we have an update on Hayward. Fractured left ankle, not broken leg. Oh, that's nice. That's good to hear. Chin Rami says, yes, Robinson, I found value with them. -3.5 is good. I only speak for the numbers. Kaiki says, Rams are starting to play like the Rams again. Thomas says, Cardinals have a great run defense. Don't buy the Rams without a running game. Jags' run defense has struggled. Some truth there. Rams game is low-hanging fruit, says my man TMB. Half Moon Picks. What that is, man. Thank you for joining us. Lions won't lose this week. Well, we haven't got to the Lions yet. Dallas is up 1-0, says David H. Okay, nice. I don't have that game, but I expected Dallas to beat up. I think they're playing the Coyotes, right? Robinson says, Jim Rummy, it could come down to a field goal, but I'm really liking the Rams playing style. Adam Lastman is saying goodbye. Well, goodbye, buddy. Thank you for joining us. I like the Rams here. I like the Rams at home. I do not trust my man AP. I just don't trust him. I think that the Rams pass rush and Donald is just gonna. I think he's gonna eat him up. That's what I think. Oh, Lions on a bye. Okay. Lions have a bye. Okay, my fault, Adam. My fault, Adam. Lions are on the bye this week. Okay, sorry, I thought you were saying bye to me, but I'm happy that you're sticking around, Adam. I love you, pal. Okay, so my man Thomo is on the Cardinals, and I really respect his capping. So Kaiki says, hard to figure out what Arizona team will show up. Adam's from Michigan, man. Respect. I fucking love your state. I love Detroit. I spent a lot of time there when I was living in Toronto. So, oh yeah, the game is not in LA, of course. It's in London, of course, and it's at the regular time too. Thank you, Thomo. I forgot about that. That's a good call. But I still like. Oh, you're right. Why did I? Yeah, thank you for that, man. I was on the wrong track there. Yeah, it is in London, and it's at the regular time as all the other games. So it's a night game in London, which should probably be easier for them to handle. Jin Rami says Rams second best offensive numbers so far this season behind the Chiefs. I did not know that. Well, after Goff throws for 124 yards, it's hard to believe that they'd be that high. But Gurley's playing very, very well. And God damn, did I want them to lose to Jacksonville. Thomas says, if it were in LA, I wouldn't like the Rams. Okay, I hear you, man. You're against the Rams. It's all good. Robin says that changes everything. Rams are probably going to party and bang some London sleuths while listening to Morrissey. Who wouldn't? You're in London. Mario says Rams will cover the spread, but this will be a lower scoring affair, probably something like 27-17. I feel you, man. Thomas says Rams offensive numbers are good, but most of those were against trash San Francisco and Colts defense. That is a good point. Corey Jones says, and you know how those London games go. Yeah, we do. All right. Well, I'm not as comfortable as I was, as always is the case here when I run with you guys, but I really enjoy it, man. Okay, let's move to the next game. Now, this spread will change immediately. Should we get on? Has it changed yet? Because this is the Cowboys 49ers game. Do you guys think it'll change as much? I'm on the contest thing right now. It's still at 4.5. Half Moon Pick says, okay, sorry. Mario says, Arizona line sucks ass and the Rams have more than 20 sacks this year. I feel you, man. Half Moon Pick says a lot of good home dogs this weekend. Robinson thinks Arizona is going to destroy the Rams. Adam Lastman says, take the 49ers. Well, we know that Zeke is playing. Now, my family is from San Francisco. I've been a 49er fan for a long time, and they are starting to look okay, but we just lost Armstead out with a broken hand. That's really going to hurt. The Niners desperately need Foster back. He's supposed to be good to go. We've been waiting for him. Baythard looked good. Finally, CJ comes in, gives him hope. Hyde has to be injured. He has to be. I thought he's a great running back, and he's looked fucking awful. Breda is looking better, thankfully. The run D is looking good. Dallas is coming off a bye. But but Zeke will be playing. Let's see what you guys think, man. Hey, Bag, in Toronto, did you play Pro Line or Point Spread? No, I fucking hate Pro Line and Point Spread. I have a local guy that I hammer when I don't have. I had an account with Bet365 when I started, but I think it's a lousy place to make bets. The juice is shit. But I never liked Pro Line. Even though I'm a guy who likes parlays, I don't want to be forced to play parlays. I like to choose to play parlays. I like the option of having single game bets. Thomas says, Mario, I agree. Arizona's offensive line sucked, but it's much better with Humphreys at left tackle and Boone back. And Thomo did mention that. And JP just back. Of course he is. Of course he is. 49ers are open ass. Nice to have you back, JP. Kaiki says, why waste time capping after last Giants-Denver game? I hear you. Mario says, Rams are 1-11 against the spread versus an opponent off a straight-up dog win. Ooh, that's a great stat, Mario. Adam Lastman says, best games were between 49ers and Cowboys all time. No question, man. Those were good days. Thomas says, I think it's tough to bet 49ers. They're clearly not playing starters and seem to be tanking. I don't think they're tanking on purpose. I clearly don't. I think they've been in all these games, man. They were the first team in NFL history to lose 5 games by 3 points or less in a row. I mean, Mario says, yo, Half Moon Picks, loving your vids, brother. Man, I want to see these vids, Half Moon Picks. Where can I get them? Half Moon Picks, let me know where your vids are at. I want to be a part of this, man. I respect people making vids, man. I've always loved Robinson's vids, and I want to see yours too, man. So let me know what it is. Logan says Hyde was hurt in the Thursday night game versus the Rams. Yes, I remember it very well because my big play, I sent out the Jimmy the Bag, a lock of the week. I was still back in Canada, and it was Hyde on the over, and he hurt himself right away, and he finished off the game. I've wondered if it's still that injury, but we don't get a lot of clarity. Columbus is up 1-0. Good thing. I got him on the -1.5. And it looks like I'll need some of these +165 and +175s tonight. Robinson, speaking of awful, the Celtics, there's no energy from them. Posture's out of whack. They've already tuned out. Well, good, because that means my boy Thomo will cash his ticket, and that means that your boy will get the under. Logan LaRue, yeah, but he played through it, yeah. So I guess that's probably what's been holding him back. It was a hip injury, remember? Thomas says, yeah, they lost their second best player for at least half the season. Adam says, had 8 parlayed. 2 losses were Georgia, Auburn. Thomo's laughing. I don't think players tank. I agree. I'm saying they're holding out starters, and my sense is that, like Bowman. Navarro is not looking very good, and they wanted a young spot. And it's sad seeing Navarro go out like this. Robinson says, did the Dolphins give up in Atlanta? No, because they were hungry for it. Heart of champions. Robinson loves his Dolphins. They did look good. Thomas says, I'm not saying players are tanking. Totally different. Dolphins didn't see their second best player carted off. Logan says, I ran with you on that one too, Jimmy. Nice, man. Nice. Let's get that bang. Adam says, did you take Tampa over tonight? I did take the Tampa, New Jersey over. I thought that was just a gift. Man, Budai in goal? Let's make this fucking money when it's offered to us. I thought that was a gift. I hammered that one. And Lightning just scored 3-3. Bank it. Cash it. I need more, though. Doesn't look like I'm going to have a great night, so I need more wins. Mario Martinez Jr. says 49ers could easily be 5-0 this year. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. I'm at YouTube, Half Moon Picks. Okay, man. You know what? I will check you out this very evening, Half Moon Picks. That's dope, man. I look forward to watching, dude. I respect. Okay, so we're cashing some bets. Okay, but we haven't got to this Cowboy. Oh, so Thomas says, Jim, my sense is Foster could play, but they're being cautious with him because they aren't focused on the season and his shoulder history. That is true and very irritating. I want to see Foster on that defense. Wow, and Robinson loves your videos too. Half Moon Picks. Man, I'm sorry I'm out of the fucking loop, man. I don't like it. Yeah, Tampa Bay, New Jersey, 3-3. David H. We're cashing hockey tickets, man. That's how we do. Thomas says, I just think they're doing everything to put – I think they aren't doing everything to put the best players on the field. Players playing hard. I feel you. Okay, so what's going on? Delta 75, what up, man? Nice to have you. What's going on in that Flyers game? Are we going to cash the over? I would like to cash the over as well as the Flyers. You know, this was a good spot to get them on the goal line. You know, I think we're going to find value with these Flyers, and it's going to go away because everyone's going to recognize that these guys are a really good team. Half Moon Pick says, thanks, loving the 49ers with the points this week. 49ers lose by less than 3 each week. I hear you. I hear you. Cannot choose what to eat for dinner, tacos or pizza, says Mario Martinez Jr. Well, I feel you. What kind of taco? Are they homemade tacos or are you going to go to fucking Taco Bell? That's a big question. And what kind of pizza would you get? Let us know, Mario. We'll help you out. Delta says pizza. 49ers have a very good over team. I think that's where the value is because their secondary is fucking trash. That's why they're a good over team. And I agree with you. Robinson says Arby's. I don't know. Arby's is kind of, I mean, I like melted cheese. I'm not a big fan. What would you get at Arby's if you went there right now? I'm not a huge fan. Thomas says 49ers. Oh, yeah, that's where the value is. I'm not betting the game, but if I had to bet, it would be over. If Lee's not back, Dallas defense is horrible. Lee is very likely to be back. I believe there's over 75, 80% chance that he'll be back. He's practicing, and it is a hamstring injury, I believe. So my man TMB says apartment rent should be cheap in Costa Rica. Bag, get your own and have a big-ass party with hookers and pizza. I'll bring the tequila. Man, I feel you. There are some apartments for $150, but you want to be in a nice part of town, you know? I'm looking, man. I got my ear to the streets. We'll find a spot. Okay. I'm afraid NBA lines will move. I hear you, but this is a football show, my man. Mario says Dallas by 3 over San Francisco, and then the 49ers cover. Tomo says Wendy's is best fast food. Great fresh hamburger. Everything processed at Arby's. Yeah. Oh, no. Planning fam, what it is, man. Fuck Canucks with another goal. Yeah. That's, well, it's early yet. Are we, I guess, oh, wait. Can't be that early. It's got to be, where are we in the game? Let me know. Robinson says the Mountain Burger. The girl that works at the one I got always hooks me up with free stuff. Well, Robinson, you're a fucking sweetheart, man. Women dig you. Oh, these are tacos from the taco truck. Oh, go there, man. Get your fucking taco truck tacos, man. That sounds good to me. Shit. Yeah, David. Oh, shit. Wow. Disappointing that the Senators are fucking me after they beat. How do you go through Alberta and win 12-1 and then lose to the Canucks at home with Carlson playing? Ah, fuck. But I took them on the scoreline -1.5, so at least I'll only lose 1 unit. So it's not the worst situation. Mario says Arby's looks like a blown out coochie put in between burger buns. Blown out coochie. All right. Thomo loves it. Comment of the night. Comment of the night, says Thomo. And the comment is, of the night so far, Arby's looks like a blown out coochie put in between burger buns. Man, sounds like a Hallmark card. Something I might want to send home to the family. All right. Okay, so I think, okay, so obviously if Lee's playing, we don't think there's as much value on the over. In fact, I'm pretty certain Lee is playing, and I was kind of leaning towards the under, but you're right. 49ers secondary is trash. Looks like Zeke will be playing. Robinson's going to suggest that to Arby's as their new slogan. I think that's a great idea. Robinson, I think we should make T-shirts. I think we should push this to the next level. Let's go. Next game. Okay, we've been waiting for this one. Cincinnati Bengals at Pittsburgh Steelers, -5 with an over-under of 41.5. So that's the next game we're going to talk about. So get in on that. Let's finish off with these comments. So Thomo says, I don't trust Lee. These hamstring injuries never seem to heal. I wouldn't bet the game before you know. I think you're right. And his injury history is horrible. You're right. And he's a fucking hell of a football player. So I agree with you, Tomo, as I almost always do. Adam Lastman likes the Bengals. Bengals +5. Cincinnati has had 2 weeks to prepare. That's a big fucking deal. This is a huge game for the Red Rocket and company. Bell was an absolute monster last week. 32 carries for 179 yards. Brown looked good too. 8 catches for 155 yards. And Bryant has rescinded his trade demands. What a fucking dick, man. Right when everything's going wrong, you don't want to fucking ask for a trade. And you gotta stand. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of him. Let's talk. Alert Eddie, first half under Bengals Steelers. Interesting. Give us more information why you like that. Jin Rummy, it was 42 yesterday. Okay, the line's going down. Delta said, I'm just an overbetter all my life. Well, it's a fun way of handling things, man. My man Saeed says, not betting Pittsburgh. They're very unpredictable. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. They are very unpredictable. Half Moon Pick says, since he lost last 3 of 4 in Pittsburgh by 8 or more, swallow the points. Ooh. Half Moon's picks. Respect. That's a big stat. Toma says, I like Pittsburgh. All I do is bet Pittsburgh in big games against mediocre quarterbacks. Dalton has looked good since firing coordinator. Yes, since they got rid of fucking Zampese. Thank God. What a fucking idiot. But Dalton's not the same quarterback on the road. Most games are decided by 3, says Lastman. Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, Half Moon's picks just dropped the Cincinnati Pittsburgh stat. But generally speaking, I hear what you're saying. Thomas says, I think the fact Pittsburgh barely beat Kansas City despite dominating the game keeps them focused. Carmelo Marquez, what up? Thank you for joining us. Says Steelers are going to shit all over the Bengals. Comes in with a big comment. Carmelo's coming in hot. Alert Eddie says, Bengals and Steelers both struggle in the red zone. Chew off that clock. Interesting. Delta says, I wish my name was Carmelo. You know what? No joke. Carmelo is a dope name. Anybody named Carmelo probably gets a ton of pussy. My name is Jimmy. Not the best for pussy. If I was Carmelo, I bet you I'd get more. I bet you would work down here very well. Scott K, what up? What's your best bet in football this weekend? Well, Scott K, they've poked a lot of holes in my action. I would like, how about this, Scott K? If you let me run through a few more games and break it down with everybody, I will give you my best bet at this point. But the best bet that I had, there have been a lot of holes poked in it. So I might switch. So stick with us if you could. David says, Steelers, wake up versus Kansas City. Domo says, the only game Pittsburgh didn't beat Cincy by more than 8 at home was when Bell was hurt. Bengals' weakness is rush defense. Preds tie it up at 1. Okay. I thought they were. Thomas says, I don't know how you bet against Predators in Nashville. I didn't bet against Predators. I have the Predators. Scott says, okay, thanks, buddy. Hey, Scott, man, much love. Thank you for joining the show. I had holes poked into my best bet. So I may have another one, but we will discuss. Delta 7575 says, do you hedge? And I started hedging too much. I almost always hedge my futures. For instance, I have the Dodgers from the beginning of the year. I have 300 on them to win the NL and 300 them to win the World Series. And so now that they're up 2-0 on the Cubs will have to win 4 out of 5 games for me to lose my bet. So I put $150 on the Cubs tonight, and I will do that throughout the rest of the rest of the series. Thomas says I was talking to Eddie. Okay. I don't know. Sorry, I'm not sure what you. Yeah, see, Thomas says I hedge futures if it's more than 4.5 to 1. Yeah, that's all I hedge. Now, if I have a 3 to 3s might be a little small, but if I have a 4 or 5 game parlay, so like my big move in Vegas is I make $400 bets, single bets, and then I have a $100 4-game parlay of all of them. And the 4th game is whoever is the biggest favorite in California. I don't even study it. That way, if I win the first 3, I can hedge and get paid. Delta says, I think you are killing your futures by hedging them. I don't think you're killing them because you're guaranteeing profit at this point. But there is some truth to it. And when you hedge too much, you end up in this fucking average gray area that fucking hurts you. But I hear you. Andres P., welcome to the show. My man says, check Yankees line for tomorrow. Houston minus 126. That is interesting. Someone says, Delta, if you have a 20-1 future, you have to hedge. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I don't mind. Okay. With my local, I'm already up $1,461 on divisional winners, but I can't get that money. His rule is I can't get that money till the end of the year. And it's fucking annoying, but knowing that I have that grace, knowing that I'm already up 1461, I won't need to hedge, and I won't have that pressure to hedge. Okay, it's 1-0 Cubs. 1-0 Cubs. Adam and David say, what inning are we in? I would like to know. Kaiki says, Saints -6. Well, you know I like that move very much. So, Scott K, before the show started, my best bet was the Saints -6, and a lot of our guys here poked some holes in that strategy. So I am rethinking it, but that was my play. Thomas says Keuchel has owned the Yankees, but Yankees have so much momentum, and that Houston bullpen just can't close. You're right. Scott says, Jimmy, how did you get hooked up with SBR? It's the same way that you get hooked up in anything. I just started doing my thing. I started putting out videos every day. I started putting out videos every day, and got a small following, tried to build it, and SBR got a hold of one of the videos, and that's how it's always going to work in every business. You just, if you want to be in movies, you got to write a movie. If you want to be in whatever you want to be in, you just have to start doing it. And when you do it and you care about it for nothing, for no money or for anything, and you put in the work, people notice it. And that's always going to be the case, man. It's bottom of the first. Damn. Why so long? What do you mean, why so long? Columbus Blue Jackets up 2-0. There we go. Adam Lastman likes Pens now down. Fuck. Cocksucker. Jesus. Thomas says, yeah, I agree, Eddie. Your bullpen sucks when Lackey is pitching at this point in the career. I couldn't believe they brought in Lackey. 38-year-old Lackey. You think going to get past the fucking heart of the Dodgers order? No. Half Moon Pick says degenerates stick together. Oh, and Delta says he's right. That is so true in any arena. It is. Yeah, you have to prove people that you want it, and you prove that by doing it. And I can't wait to see Half Moon's Picks videos, man. I love seeing everybody fight for what they want to do. And it's like if you really want to be in sports broadcasting, well, just start your own podcast. After 300 or 400 episodes, you probably have developed a following, and people notice, holy shit, this guy fucking wants it. Unless you are Michelle Strahan, you get Illuminati hookup. I hear you, man. Wow, total for Houston game tomorrow is 10.5. Come on. Really? Really? With Keuchel on the mound? Wow. When are you going to release your Breeders' Cups picks? Well, there's a lot. We have to wait till October 23rd, at least, before the final. They're horses that have entered different races. They're not sure which ones they're going to do. So the October 23rd is the deadline where we will know who's in which races. So that's the problem. So we're not going to be able to really do our heavy capping for a while, but I have such exciting news. I can give you guys a little taste of the news, but we're going to be talking about more. We are going to be streaming the races live in the SBR offices, and we're going to be betting them together. I want a $10,000 weekend. That's my goal. I'm only going to have $400 or $500 to gamble with. It's not like I'm going to be gambling with that much, but we're going for a big fucking score, and we're going to do it all together. It's going to be really exciting. There's only 4 championship stakes races on the Friday, but I think there's like 10 or 11 on the Saturday. We're going to make some fucking cake. That's what we're going to do. Okay. Scott says, I love your videos. Keep up the good work. Thanks, man. Adam Lastman says rigged. Oh, yeah, fucking the baseball. Okay. Someone says, the total to me says they think Tanaka gets hammered. Keuchel's been great at Yankee Stadium. Tanaka's pitched so well at home. That 10.5 makes no sense. We hammer that, right? We fucking hammer that. Pens on the power play. Okay, good. Hurricanes and Avalanche aren't looking so bad. Okay. Well, we'll see. The Houston total is 8 under. Let me know who's offering 10 so I can bet it. I agree. Penn's unders may be in play. Defense is best. Under with the Yanks, says Lastman. Thomas says, Andres, I looked up ESPN, must have the wrong number. Mario says, I just ended up making a peanut butter and jam sandwich with chili Fritos inside. How high are you, Mario? The fuck, man? Craig West says, damn, man, I'm getting my shit pushed on my hockey bets today. That sucks. Craig, I can't see all the scores right now, so I don't know where we're at. Okay, so Bengals at Steelers. We haven't really finished capping these. Oh shit, we got a bunch of games here. We got to keep fucking rolling. We've slowed down. We've slowed down. So, well, we did cap it. I guess we did cap the Bengals Steelers game. But I'm still on the fence. I'm still not sure exactly what we're going to be doing. Initially, I liked that the Bengals had 2 weeks to prepare. But when we got some stats from Mario and from some other guys, stats that the Steelers just destroy the Bengals when they play them. Steelers are going to be at home. You know, those stats were so in 3 of the last 4 games, and they beat them by over 8 points. The Steelers beat the Bengals by over 8 points, and then the only time the Bengals came close in the game was when Bell wasn't playing. So I think it's clear that the Steelers are probably the choice, even though the Bengals had 2 weeks to prepare. And Perfect Rotation comes in and says, I'm fucking stoned. Well, that's beautiful, Perfect Rotation. Beautiful. Nice to have you, pal. Mario says, going with the under with Cincy Pitt. That's interesting. I'm sure the Steelers love to run the ball and slow the game down. 41.5, and it's gone down from 42, as they were saying. Thomas says, I feel like Bengals had momentum. I don't think the bye week helps after 2 victories. There's some truth to that. Delta 75 says Browns and 49ers first wins. Wow, parlay that shit, man. Parlay that, Delta, and you'll be fucking rich. Thomas says, Mario, I could see the under, but the number is low at 41. Scott K says, can't believe Ottawa's having a hard time scoring. Either can I. Adam Lastman says, take the points. Christmas comes early. Adam Lastman likes those Bengals. David likes the Broncos and the Chargers. Well, yeah, we're almost there. First, we're going to go to this game, and it's a game I like a lot. So poke holes in this condom. Seahawks minus 5.5 at the Giants. I like the Seahawks here a lot. And I might even like the under 40. Scott, you'll have to tell us what those games are, and then we can help you with those last couple of hockey games because I've got some info on them. I just don't believe the Giants can keep this up. Now, Evan Ingram looked fucking awesome. Big tight end, runs 4.4. Sure. Darkwa won't run for 117 yards against this Seahawks D, this rested Seahawks D. Fuck, man. If the Seahawks only had a running game, they would absolutely destroy these Giants. But I think this is a good spot for Seattle, minus 5.5. But I've had very little success with road favorites, so I'd like to see what you guys think. Tampa Bay, New Jersey, 4-3, good. Delta says, I worked at Qualcomm and have seen 100 Charger games. The defense has improved a lot this season. You know what? We'll hit the Chargers game right after, but yeah, Bosa's a fucking beast. Half Moon Pick says too many points. Seattle 1-6 against the spread on the road. I hear you, but this is a rested Seahawks team. Am I putting too much value in this old team getting an extra week, having 2 weeks to prepare for this game? Adam Lastman likes the Giants. Thomas says, I like the Seahawks. Agree completely. Teams like the Giants, in my experience, that are dead only show up on national TV and rivalry games. Denver didn't show up off the bye. Jin Rami says it's a fair number. My man Mario with the stats. Seattle is 3-7-1 against the spread as a bye going on the road. Plus, they have to travel 3,000 kilometers. I hear you. Adam Lastman says he hates Pete Carroll. Willard Eddy says, if the Seahawks had an O-line, an offensive line, I would place a future bet on them. Scott K's coming in with these. How much time do we have before those hockey games come? I like Buffalo in that hockey game. I think Malcolm Subban stepped up so much. He was so emotional because he was going against this Boston Bruins team that he wasn't good enough to play for. Was on them for 4 years, got 2 starts. He wanted to prove what he was worth. I think he comes back down to earth. And I think the Vegas starts coming back down to earth. I like the Sabres. Now, that San Jose game is a very interesting, tough game against the Habs. I think both teams are bad. And the Habs haven't won at the Shark Tank since '99, but because they're both bad teams, I'm going to lay off of it. Both Martin Jones, Carey Price have started the year so poorly. And the Delta says, I think the Sea Ducks are an 8-8 team. Okay, David, I will. Well, no, you know what? We're gonna wait off. Okay, let's not put out our best bets yet. Okay, let's hold off on our best bets until the very end, because we only have three more games to cap, and then we'll do that. But I think you're right, David, and thank you for making that call. I think that's how we should end all of these beat the bag wrap ups. We should all put in our best bets. So I dig it. Okay. Mario says Eli Manning plays his best games when he's a home underdog. Sure. Alert Eddie says I don't trust the Sabres. Take the over. That's not a bad move. The issue is the Sabres were playing so bad, allowing so many goals, and they obviously tightened things up against the Anaheim team who's not been scoring. So I hear what you're saying. Adam Lasman says doesn't matter. Everybody loves dogs. Tomo says yeah, true, Mario. Eli is better at home, but the Giants have no receivers. Half Moon Pick says, ever fly across the country from Washington, New York, deal with rude people and cab drivers, and play at 9 a.m. Pacific time? Go with the G-Man with the points. I hear you, Half Moons. My man Saeed's back. Betting under in Seattle for such a low runner could be risky. Seattle doesn't put up a lot of offense. There's a lot of truth there. My man Jabron LeBron. What's wrong with the Oilers? They were down 2-0. They need a bounce-back win, and this is a game they should capitalize, and they're not taking advantage of it. They have no forward depth. You get Draisaitl. I believe Draisaitl's not playing. He was supposed to be not playing. If Draisaitl's out of the lineup, they're just not that good. McDavid can't do it all by himself. Robinson says, I like the under on the San Jose game, but I'm too much of a wuss to put money on. I'll wait for tomorrow for a better game. I feel you. Dodgers have tied it up 1-1. Okay, so that's only in the second inning, I guess. Under's not looking great. Thomo says 6-point underdogs went straight up. 6-point underdog. Is that win or when? I'm confused by your sentence, Thomo. If the spread is under 7, it matters less than 30% of the time. I just don't see how the Giants win with those receivers. I'm with you, Thomo. Kaiki says, what happened to Lacey? Good question. He's just not very good. Mario says, I'll take the Giants and the under. And Delta says, I noticed that, Thomo, about 2 weeks ago. Oh, and Adam's right on with the Giants. Okay, well, again, you guys make me feel very uncomfortable with the action that I like. But, man, that's what this is all about. Delta says, for instance, if Bengals cover, they win and cover 70%. Okay, I feel you. Pikey says, how the fuck can the Giants win? I see both sides of this. This is going to take more planning, more figuring out. Let's move on. Next game. Okay, so we have 3 games left. We got to keep rolling. So Broncos, and we got to roll fast because Gabe's show is at 10, and we can't cut into that because he's such an electric performer and so much fun to watch and such a big boost to SBR that we get to have Gabe every night. So we don't have much more time. So we gotta get through this. Okay, Broncos at Chargers -2. Chargers are 2-point favorites with over under of 42. Yeah, not in. Okay, I feel you. I feel you guys. Happen Pick says not saying Giants win, just cover. Yeah, and Thomas says yeah, Delta the number if under 7 is always overrated. In college, if you need +7, unless it's a Big Ten where there's less variance. Alert Eddie says Preds 2-1. Good. Scott K says thanks, Jimmy. I will take Buffalo tonight. I've got him, Scott. We'll ride together. And Syed says this could go under. Are we talking Broncos Chargers? Okay, so how bad did the Broncos look versus the Giants? Jesus. God damn, how the fuck did that happen? You have the worst rushing team in the league against the best rushing defense, and that fucking 32nd best rushing team in the league runs roughshod all over them. How the fuck are we supposed to cap anything with this shit? Awful. Adam likes Chargers take 2. Thomo says, I love Denver here. Chargers 2 wins are total frauds, in my opinion. Interesting. They beat the Giants when everyone got hurt, and they beat the trash Raider team with Carr hurt. Denver has to run. Chargers run defense is shit. Interesting. Perfect Rotation says, tracking my NBA plays on my Twitter at Perfect Rotation. Sweet. Perfect Rotation, make sure that we run together on Twitter. I'm going to add Jimmy the bag. I want to run with you. Jim Remy says, you can still get -1.5. There is value with the Chargers. Luis Calderon, what up, Luis? Thank you for joining us. My man says offensive line looks terrible. Half-one picks. Giants, good defense that night. Yes, they had very. Well, I like the Giants defense. We thought they were going to be very strong. I thought maybe Jonathan Hankins was the reason that they weren't looking so good. And he'll have his NFL plays posted there as well. Dope, man. So the Chargers are better than that 0-4 start would indicate. I hear what Thomo's saying about the level of competition. Bosa's a beast. We all know that. And Melvin Gordon and Hunter Henry are looking good. In saying that, I do not know what to do with this football game. This is one of the tougher ones. Delta says you never see the Giants really outcoached. I don't trust. Goal Florida. Okay. Shit. So it's 4-1 now, so I'm one away. How much time we have left, man? Thomo says Denver passed over 40 times last game. I think they focus on the run and defense bounces back. Chargers secondary with Verrett out is bad too. You're absolutely right. 3:50 left in the third. Oh no, fuck. Scott K says, may I ask, how much did you bet on Buffalo? Sure, Scott K. I bet $125 on the Buffalo Sabres this evening. Adam Lastman says, NFL is a rigged, scripted end of story. Perfect rotation. Just follow you, Jimmy. Okay, I'll follow you right back, my man. David H says, Denver needs a win. You're absolutely right, David. They need a win. This is a tough spot. I feel this is a tough game. My man Carmelo's in. Chargers covered the 2. They had a chance to win the first game as well. They had lots of chances to win those early games. Really every game other than the Chiefs game. So I hear you there. Scott K says, thanks, Robinson. Delta says the Superchargers. Okay. We need one more goal for Florida. Okay. Well, if it's 4-1 and Robinson says 3:50 left, why not pull the goalie with 3 minutes left? Why not pull the goalie immediately? Scott K has the over 2. Okay. Well, we need it then, Scott. Fuck. Okay, so that's a really tough game. Really, really tough game. Let's move on. We have 2 more games left. We got to move pretty quick, and then we're going to put in our best bets and shut this motherfucker down. Okay, Falcons at Patriots, -3. This is a big game. Rematch of the Super Bowl. Happen Pick says, Philip Rivers needs to bring his 7 kids to help protect him. May have a better chance this week. I thought Philip Rivers had 8 kids. Scott says, yes, Jimmy, you're right. Pull the goalie. I mean, they should pull the goalie. What? Domo says Denver's run defense is very strong, and the Chargers have no home advantage. There will be more Denver fans there. I just think the market is overreacting to Denver struggling on the road against a good Bills defense. I feel you. Florida has had opportunities, but they're not closing the deal. Pats -3. Leafs win 2-0. God damn it. What a stupid overpick I made today. As soon as I want to get on the Leafs over party, they fuck me. Sports Capper, what up, man? Nice to have you. You have monster stats. We've missed you today, man. So Falcons Patriots. So the Patriots secondary looks awful. I was shocked. I was shocked to read they're in the top 3 in the NFL when they're in man coverage. How is that possible when their secondary looks so awful? Sarkisian has taken the number 1 offense in the league and fucking flushed them down the toilet. What the fuck, man? He's terrible. Was Shanahan that genius? Or is Sarkisian back on the bottle? Thomas says, I like Atlanta here. Atlanta has the smallest defensive line in the NFL. Miami pounded them, but the Patriots have no running game. Atlanta is built to rush the passer and defend the pass. Match up well, in my opinion. Adam Lastman's on the other side, says, take the points with the Pats. Thomas says, I got +3.5. That's a good song. That's a good line. Perfect Rotations is back with the Chargers game. Says, dude, I'm taking the Chargers Sunday. I feel you. My man Saeed says they took away Pat's over with a 55 number. Yeah, I mean that's a big high number. Perfect Rotation says Chargers defense can hang in there with Denver. I feel you. Florida has a 5-on-3 power play. Instead of hitting the puck through the goalie legs, he hit the puck exactly at the goalie's leg. 5-on-3 power play. Why don't they pull the goalie and have a 6-on-3 if they're down 4-1? Jesus. Robinson, I want some good news. Half Moon Pick says, Pats will get shut down faster than my local Blockbuster this week. Okay. Sports Captain says, I got here late. Pats D sucks, but Falcons manage games horribly. They sure do. Empty net Florida. Okay. Logan LaRue, Robinson Yepis, I want good news. Empty net. Let's go. Someone says, I think Atlanta offense is fine. They just fell asleep. Don't we have like 2 or 3 minutes here with this empty net? Come on. Let's book this. Let's fucking book this over, shall we? Come on. Thomo says, I think Atlanta's offense is fine. They just fell asleep with the big lead against a team they didn't respect and stopped running in the second half. I think we'll see a more balanced offense this week. You know, those are nice things to say about a team that fucked up real bad and looked bad doing it. 3 minutes, Scott says, come on. I want to stop this show that we fucking know. Come on. Give me some good news. 3 minutes, empty net. I feel good about it. Boom. Alert Eddie said, boom. It's got to be good, man. Come on. I thought you just said boom. Flyers scored. Bang. What? He missed. What the fuck, man? You guys are... Okay. It's hard to follow along. Okay, let's get back to football. I had Atlanta last week. I agree it was tough to watch. Atlanta misses Sanu. They do, but Atlanta was off a bye with Patriots on deck against a shitty team. They look great offensively against Green Bay. I like... it's a tough spot. This is a tough spot. It hit the crossbar. God damn it. So are the Panthers going to keep their goalie out? Sports Capper says, I hate the Pats, but Pats are on the right side. I hear you. Oh, everyone thought it was good. Okay. All right. Let's just focus on the capping. 1:43 left. Is the goalie still pulled? This is a tough game. And obviously, the breakdown of the Falcons in the second half against the Dolphins was reminiscent of what happened the last time the Patriots played the Falcons. Have you talked about the Chiefs-Raiders game? Yes, we have. We opened it with it, Luis, but we can talk a tiny bit about it. We can talk a little bit about it before we go, but we got to hurry because we can't roll into the next show. Someone says, I won't bet Atlanta on the road in tough weather, but I think it's big for Atlanta to play in New England before the weather gets bad. It's very mild on the East Coast. Robinson, yes, empty net. Well, come on. Get that over. So Sports Capper hates the Pats, but thinks the Pats are the right play here. This is a really tough one, man. Really tough one. Why don't we move on to the final game, and then we'll throw in our best bets. Goal. They really scored this time. Scott K, give me 5. It's a fucking winner. Thank God, Delta says. Yeah, you guys are fucking, man, stringing me along, freaking out. 5-1 Flyers. Book the Flyers. Book the over. That's how we fucking do. Feels good. Panthers scored on themselves. Whatever. We'll take it. Oh, nice. Delta won the grip in the parlay. Love it. Last one, 5-1. Good. Okay, let's hammer this last game and then put in our best bets. Redskins at Eagles. -4.5 with a 48.5 over, under. Yeah, Scott K, we did it, my man. So what do you guys think of this? There was a different opinions varied greatly with what we thought was going to happen in this game. Eagles look very good. They look very good against the Panthers. Wentz seems to be in complete control. He's moving really well outside the pocket. He's very comfortable inside the pocket. He sure looks like a good quarterback. Huge win in Carolina. Blunt looks big and tough. The Skins looked really bad letting the 49ers back into the game. Norman injury is huge, and Gruden is a shit coach, in my opinion. Oh, and Pittsburgh tied it up. Thank you for the great news. Thank you for the great news, Polanyi. That's what I want to hear, my man. Over on the Eagles game, says my man Scott K. Robin says, now I can enjoy the game. And Adam Lastman likes the Pats at home. Half Moon's picks. Philly 5-0 against the spread. Delta, we'll get into that Bills game in a second because it was the one game that's not on the contest. David H. says Eagles win and cover. Thomo says, I think it's a tough spot to bet the Eagles. And I know you watch this team very closely, Thomo. We got a lot of respect for how you capped the Eagles. I had bet every Eagles game correctly before last week, but didn't think Cox would play last week. Eagles off a big victory and already beat the Redskins. Fear they might be flat. Alert Eddie, I know they tied it up before. We like it. Thomo says Cousins can test the secondary. Eagles should cover, but I think they might be flat. Scott K says, Robinson, let's ride Jimmy with Buffalo, man. Let's do it. You know what sucks is that a lot of the money went on Buffalo because you could have got them at plus this morning, and now they're minus 20 at some books. Sports Capper says truth is most games are not won by a productive play, but rather lost by mistakes, i.e., turnovers, pick six, kick returns. You're absolutely right. My man Saeed says this could get close to the over, but he's staying away. Jin Rummy, there's nothing to bet here. David H says Penn's tied up less than a minute. Ah, good. Lou Chase Fox, my man. Yo, fucker, how you all doing tonight? How you come in so late, Lou Chase, man? But love you, pal. Thank you for joining the show. Robinson wants to know what the money line. My man Bobby. Sorry, Jimmy, but your time is up. I know. I'll get out of here. We got to get out of here before Gabe's show, man. He's the yeah. I took the money line, Scott. You could take a bigger move, but just in case, I took the money line. Yeah, Buffalo, you're getting minus 110. Got caught up in some trim, Lou Chase, respect. Okay, so we didn't talk about the Bills-Bucks game because it is not listed on the contest because they don't know about Jameis Winston. So, Robinson, I got $125 on that shit. Lou Chase says, take Kansas City, you fools. Interesting, because not everybody was on Kansas City. All right, let's get everybody to come in and hammer. We don't have much time. I got to get out of here. All eyes be on Eagles. Show they're a good team. Let's get everybody to come in and put in your best bet. Put in your best bet. And if you want to add in anything on the Bucks-Bills game, where is the Bucks-Bills game anyways? Is that game in Tampa? I don't even know at this point. Let's get there. Sorry, guys. If Fitz plays, take Tampa Bay. He knows Buffalo. I agree. Scott K says, see you, Jimmy. Thanks for chatting with me. Man, thanks for being a part of this, Scott. Thomas says, I think Minnesota is good value to win the division at minus 160. I agree. I think you're absolutely right. I'm surprised it's still minus 160. I might hammer that tonight, Tomo. Thank you. Respect McCarthy, but I think they're done. I like that price. Even if Bradford is hurt, I think you're on something. Luce says, best bet is the Packers Saints over. See, what if the Packers only put up 10 points? Robinson's best bet is Buffalo. I like it. Buffalo Sabres. Sorry if we're talking hockey, it's that game still. Sports Capper has the best bet Chiefs on Thursday. Yeah, we talked a lot about it. Scott K says college or pro, Jimmy. I'm from Canada, so we focus on pro so heavy. But now that I'm down here, I'm working on my college stuff. David H, best bet Eagles. Half moon pick. Saints win by double digits. That's what was my best bet, man. That's what I had. Logan says at Buffalo. Well, I'd love to see Fitzpatrick go back to Buffalo. Bobby says take Michigan plus 9.5. Okay. Preds up 3-1. I like the sounds of that. We're winning hockey bets over here. I fucking love it. Yeah, my man Saeed's with me. Saints minus 5.5. Thomo says Penn State will destroy them. Okay, so Thomo's not on. Delta says I got 27-17 Penn State. Okay. Perfect rotation likes Carolina minus 3 is his best bet. Okay, respect. Jin Rummy says Kareem Hunt has covered every rush yard total this season except last week. Best bet is rolling. Interesting. Luce says it's okay. Saints will put up 40. God, the Saints look good. Okay. Corey Jones says Saints just put up a lot of points, but don't think that's going over. I hear you. Michigan blows. Robinson has Bovada has it at minus 115. Delta says I hate Bovadas. Dodgers up 2-1. Well, I'd be happy if the Dodgers just finish off this series. Scott got it at 110. Nice. Green Bay best bet. Okay, Lastman's fucking our Saints move, but I respect it. Someone says I think Denver is the best bet on the board. I love betting humiliated teams that have good matchups next week. Did it with Pittsburgh last week. Tomo, that is a great point. No question about it. And you're always filled with them. That against the Chargers, Broncos, interesting. And with the Chargers being favored, I guess you take the money line, get a little extra juice. Jake Baptista coming in late. Let's go Dodgers. Bobby. It's a revenge game with Michigan. Lost last year. They're hungry for revenge. Tomor says, did you bet Dodgers on this? Delta's asking Tomor. Pens and OT, they won it? David, they won it? Are we cashing more fucking hockey? Because that's what I think we're doing. God, that feels good. We're hot all of a sudden. Delta, no, but I have bets on Dodgers to win the National League and World Series. Yeah, Tomo and I both have that. All right, you guys. We are about 15 minutes to the motherfucking Man Gabe Morency show. So stick around and watch him. He's incredible. The over maybe in Buffalo. You know, Scott, I'm not going to ride that. I just can't trust Buffalo's offense at this point. No, the game's an OT. Okay. All right. Got a little excited there. You guys, I want to thank you so much for all the cappers that were with me. And there was a bunch of you guys that were with me for an hour and 45 minutes. And thank you. I had a really bad fucking week in the Beat the Bag contest, and I need to make up for it. I'm 12, 17, and 1, and that makes me very angry. And but it's really fun rocking with you guys. Sharks over, says Palani fam. I don't think so. You just can't trust either offense right now. Half Moon Pick says, nice chatting with you, Jimmy. Good luck this week. If you're ever in Detroit area, look me up. You know I will. You know I will. Man. I fucking love Detroit. I love it. Slo's barbecue joint is incredible. But you know me, I'm a horse guy. So my favorite place is Green Dot Stables. It's one of my favorite places in the whole world. I go to Green Dot Stables. I get a mint julep, which is the drink that you get at the Kentucky Derby. Of course, Green Dot's got it going on. And I have the fucking time of my life. Sliders, man, it's the shit. Kangaroo sliders, come on, man, too cool. So I will definitely holler at you, Half Moon Picks. And I'm going to watch your videos tonight and start watching them all the time. Scott says, what nights are you on? Just Tuesday nights. Right now, I only get Tuesday nights. Bobby says, we love you, Jimmy. Bobby, I love you, man. I love all you guys. And, you know, I just can't do this without you guys. You guys make this so special. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much for watching. And let's get this cash, man. Let's make this fucking money. I'm really hot in hockey right now. It seems to be the only thing I'm really hot in, but I'll fucking take it. But you know what? I want all of us to have fatter pockets and hotter sleuths. I want our lives to get better. I want fucking money for all of us. So let's get together. Let's hammer this together. David H says, NBA win total, Utah under and Sacramento over. Yeah. My man David is a great handicapper, and he fed that to me on Twitter. And I've been so fucking busy today. I put my futures up today, but I like it. And Tomo agrees. Pens win. Cash. Shit. How hot is the bag right now? Fuck, feels good. Feels good. Let's keep cashing, and let's just keep fucking cashing. That's about as it is. Thank you guys so much. Robinson, man, you got to get back down to Costa Rica. I loved hanging with you, man. And, Bobby, I'm 5-0 tonight in the NHL. Thanks, Jimmy. Fuck, that's what I want to hear, Bobby. I'm telling you guys, man, let's cap together and let's make our lives better. Let's milk the fucking bookies. Leche, a los bookmakers. Leche, a los bookmakers. I fucking, Celtics offense starting to roll. Thanks, Logan. Give him my shout out. Truly, let's cap together. You guys are the best. Good luck with all your action this week, and be sure to watch Gabe in just over 10 minutes. God, he's incredible. The most electric performer in the business. So stick around. Check out Gabe Morency, and thank you guys so much for watching. Batter pockets, hotter sleuths, man. You know how we do.